Napoleon Bonaparte's invasion of Russia in 1812 is often cited as a cautionary tale for would-be aggressors. The French emperor led his grand army into Russia with the aim of defeating Tsarist forces, expanding his empire, and weakening Russian influence over Eastern Europe. However, this campaign ultimately ended in disaster for Napoleon, leading to significant losses both in terms of military strength and political capital. World War II saw a similar scenario play out when German forces invaded Russia during Operation Barbarossa in 1941. The Axis powers hoped to defeat the Soviet Union quickly and establish control over its vast territories. However, this campaign also ended disastrously for Germany, with millions of Russian soldiers and civilians losing their lives as they successfully defended their homeland against the invading forces. An exhaustive list of reasons why it always failed. 1. Extreme weather conditions. Both Napoleon's and Hitler's armies faced harsh winter conditions in Russia that significantly impacted their military capabilities. The extreme cold led to supply lines freezing over, making resupply impossible, and caused many soldiers to succumb to frostbite or hypothermia. 2. Russian guerrilla tactics. The Russians employed scorched earth policies and engaged in hit-and-run tactics that made it difficult for the invading forces to establish a foothold on their territory. This disrupted supply lines, demoralized troops, and forced the aggressors into defensive positions. 3. Massive size of Russian territories. The vastness of Russia's landmass allowed them to retreat deep into their interior, making it difficult for invading forces to maintain control over occupied areas or pursue fleeing enemy units effectively. 4. Resilience and determination of the Russian people. Throughout history, Russians have demonstrated a remarkable ability to endure hardship and fight against overwhelming odds. This resilience has been instrumental in their successes against foreign invasions. 5. Inefficient supply lines. Both Napoleon's and Hitler's armies faced significant logistical challenges due to the vast distances they had to cover, which led to a lack of resources and supplies for their troops. This weakened their military capabilities over time. 6. Russian intelligence network. The Russians were adept at gathering information about enemy movements and using this knowledge to launch surprise attacks or set traps for invading forces. 7. Morale issues within the invading armies. As campaigns dragged on, both Napoleon's and Hitler's troops faced increasing desertion rates due to a combination of harsh conditions, lack of supplies, and growing disillusionment with their leaders' strategies. 8. Russian ability to regroup and counterattack. Despite suffering heavy losses in the initial stages of invasions, Russia was often able to regroup and launch successful counteroffensives against their enemies due to their vast territories and resilient population. 9. Geographical advantages for defense. The natural barriers provided by Russia's landscape made it difficult for invading forces to establish secure supply lines or advance deep into Russian territory, further aiding the Russians in defending themselves. 10. Support from other nations. Throughout history, Russia has had allies who were willing to support them against foreign aggression. This external assistance helped bolster their defenses and counterattack capabilities. How it will be if the European Union and or NATO decide to attack Russia. If the EU or NATO were to launch an invasion of Russia, they would likely face many of the same challenges that Napoleon's and Hitler's armies did in the past. The factors listed above would still come into play, making it difficult for any invading force to successfully conquer Russian territory. Additionally, modern-day Russia has a well-developed military with advanced weaponry and technology at its disposal, which could further complicate matters for an attacking force. Furthermore, the political landscape of today's world is vastly different from that of Napoleon's or Hitler's time. The potential consequences of such an invasion would likely involve significant economic sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and potentially even nuclear retaliation. This could lead to a global conflict with far-reaching implications for all parties involved. In conclusion, while it is impossible to predict the exact outcome of any hypothetical scenario, history provides valuable lessons about the challenges faced by those who have attempted to invade Russia in the past. Given these historical precedents and current geopolitical realities, an invasion of Russia by the EU or NATO would likely face significant obstacles and carry substantial risks for all parties involved.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Have a topic you want us to talk about? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the world around you.